Hey YouTubers, your buddy Platt, and today we're going to wrap up the German section of our beer style series. We're going to talk about the German Schwarzbier. Let's go over the numbers real quick. The SRM is going to be 22 to 30, IBU or 25 to 30. The IBUs are going to be 22 to 30. ABV wise, we're looking at 3.8 to 4.9%. This is more of a session style beer. And temperature-wise, we're going to serve this beer at 45 to 50 degrees. This beer, you might know, is also known as a black lager or German black lager. So if you see Schwarzbier, we're talking about a black lager, or vice versa. You may see, in our example today, is a prime example, you might see a black lager, but it's done in the German Schwarzbier style. With a name like black lager, this beer, color-wise, is very dark brown to black. Even though it's dark, it pours very clear. When I talk about pouring clear, there's no yeast haze, or like in Hefeweizens, the wheat in there tends to cause a haze. Even though it's a black beer, if you stuck up a light to it, you can see it's a clear beer. Carbonation wise, we're looking at medium to high carbonation on this beer. Again, because it's a session style beer, you're going to get a low to mild alcohol sensation on this beer. Talking about hops, this beer has a very low hop aroma and flavor. As far as hop bitterness, we're going to get to low to medium, but hops are not a big player in this beer. What is a big player in this beer is a kind of coffee, bitter chocolate malt characteristics. Any dark beer will have dark malt in there as an addition to, a base or lighter malt. And those dark malt, because of the extra roasting in there, you'll get those dark roasted notes, your coffees, espressos, and dark chocolates. And this beer definitely shows that off. Being the lager style beer, we're not really going to get a fruity esters or phenols out of this beer. This beer has a soft body that tends to produce a short to medium-ish finish. Food pairing wise, with the Schwarzbier, we're going to pair it with cheeses like Munster and desserts like a fruit tart. The beer we're going to try today is actually an American take on this beer. It's the Session Black Lager. Comes in at 5.4 ABV, so just a little bump up from its German counterparts in the ABV. This beer is produced by Full Sail Brewing out of Hood River, Oregon. The brewery itself was founded in 1987. And the name Full Sail comes from the windsurfers that would work their way up and down the river in front of the brewery. So let's give this beer a try. One little note on the bottle, you can see it's a little bottle. These are 11-ounce bottles, not your traditional 12-ounce. As you can see, a very dark color. I hold it up to the light, you can get a little bit of the brown, not just a total pitch black. Not much of a head on this beer. Let's give her a smell. Oh yeah, you're not picking up any hops. It's the dark malts that come out. In a roundabout way, nose-wise, kind of reminds me almost like a Guinness Arbor. Just a lot of roast, hint of coffee, and malt's predominant on the nose. Let's give her a try. Well, that's nice. Real nice. Looking at the dark color, you expect a little viscosity, you expect a little oomph. That's why a lot of people get turned off to, like, when they see a stout or big porters, they're like, it's too much, whatever. This, despite its color, is very drinkable, very light on the palate. You do get those classic dark roast notes, but this is very approachable. This would be a good beer for your Bud Light friends that, again, you want to get them to try something different. Maybe not, and maybe something different from like a Hefeweizen or Blonde Ales. You want, hey, let's try something with a little color, whatever. Well, again, this to me is a little more approachable than going with some stouts and porters and stuff. It's really body-wise like a nice lager, but it gives you some great malt, dark malt characteristics in a very drinkable fashion. I do get a little malt sweetness up front, but again, there's not a lot of viscosity. It's not a really overly malty beer in the sense of a thick malty, you know, the sugar comes through. You're not going to get that. It's just a nice little malt punch up front, and then just kind of washes your way back. But again, you're not getting any hot bitterness, so you're not going to hit the sides of your tongue. It just kind of goes down nice. This is something that could be drunk on a warm day, but again, because there's enough malt and roast to it, it's something that also could be drunk in a fall evening or whatever. Overall, a nice beer. Like I said, gives you the malt characteristics and would expand your palate from like a Bud Light, but still very drinkable, very approachable. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe down below. Any questions, comments, concerns, or beers you want me to try, please leave it in the comments section, or you can always contact me on the Twitter page. Well, until next time, bottoms up.